Hey there, Virgo, and welcome to your week of October 11th, 2021 General Tarot reading. We're going to look at your energies coming into this week, some challenges you might be facing, as well as some possible outcome cards for you and some actions you might be able to take. We're also going to clarify all those cards and tie everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for all that. We're gonna do this. It's a general reading, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. Some, all, or none of this may resonate with you. Just take that. Don't worry about it, right? So let's look at how you're coming in this week. Strength card, that's awesome. Seven of Swords as well. And the Nine of Wands. So I feel like you're coming off an L, coming off a loss here. Seems to be the case. You might have been dealing with someone who was very toxic in your past here. Someone who hurt you, emotionally here, or maybe even physically. We've got the Seven of Swords, which represents a liar, a cheater, a stealer, someone very sketchy, someone you definitely don't want to be around. So that could be someone you've been dealing with recently. We got the Nine of Wands as well, the Wounded Warrior. You're down but not out, right? So it can represent sort of like you're tired of this. So this might be a person you've been kind of dealing with who's been treating you poorly here. And if you haven't kicked them to the curb already, I would recommend it. We've got the Strength card as well. This is Leo's card, so you may have Leo in your chart, Virgo. If you do, let me know down in the comments below. Always love to hear that. But the Strength card can represent you being strong. It obviously does represent you being strong. But I see it as you having infinite possibilities, infinite potential in you. That's what that infinity sign over the woman's head represents, right? You have infinite potential. You have infinite strength. Too many people limit themselves, I feel, in their lives. I feel like too many people are willing to say, like, oh, I can't do this because of that. I can't do that because of this, right? And you just really focus down on the negative. But the Strength card is telling you have all the strength in the world. You can overcome whatever, right? You can overcome this toxic person, this wounded warrior state you're kind of in here. Like, you have the strength to overcome it. It's just a matter of, will you realize that potential, or will you just let it slip away and let yourself be limited here? So let's take a look at some challenges you might be facing here, Virgo, and see what could be trying to hinder you, could be trying to block the path. But I feel like you're strong here, so I don't think that's going to be tying you up for too long. Probably just a bump in the road more than anything. Got the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords as well, and we've got the Queen of Wands. So this might have been that person you were dealing with, the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very sensual, the most sensual card in the tarot deck. It could represent here a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So it could be one of those three you might have been dealing with here. Could be the person kind of presenting the challenge here. This person with the Queen of Wands, this might be a kind of a case where, the Queen of Wands is very nurturing and very motherly when it comes to your passions and desires. This could also, if this is a person in a challenge position, could be someone who is more interested in the sensual side of things, right? It could be someone who's very only interested in sex and stuff, and that might be the kind of what's got you feeling like the Seven of Swords and the Wounded Warrior here is where you feel like this person is just kind of, maybe you found out this person recently cheated on you or something, or you've been hearing things about that, or they have a history of that sort of thing here. Could be something like that. This could also just be you as the Queen of Wands. If you just feel like you're not nurturing your passions and your desires, you're not really working on them, you're kind of restricting yourself here. We got the Eight of Swords here, which is self-imposed restrictions. So that's possible here, where it's kind of, you're putting the kind of limit on yourself. Like I did talk about that with the Strength card, limiting your potential. That could be the case here, where you're kind of limiting yourself and not nurturing your passions and desires. Or you're limiting yourself by saying, like I say with love, this person is kind of just all they care about is sex, and all they care about is their own passions and desires. And you're putting the limit on yourself, being like, oh, well, if I don't have this person, I'll just be alone, right? And that's no way to be here. And I feel like you feel like you have to put the restrictions on because of the Ten of Swords here. I feel like you think everything's going to come crumbling down if you don't, right? If you don't have the restrictions on, if you don't limit yourself, you feel like, oh, everything will just, all I've worked so hard to get, all of this will just come apart here, because the Ten of Swords represents an ending, a very brutal, quick ending here. So I feel like you're just you're putting too many limits on yourself here, and whether that's because of negative talk to yourself, or this person is putting pressure on you to do that, or you feel pressured just because this person, you feel like they're all you'll ever have here. Whatever the case may be, we'll see. We'll take a look. We'll see what clarifiers we can do we see what kind of outcome cards we got here for you, and then some clarifiers. Hopefully we can work this out for you. But in the meantime, Virgo, let's take a look at some possible outcome cards for you. Got the Ace of Cups. That's fantastic. The Magician, that's just as good too. I love it. And the Two of Swords. All right, so with the Ace of Cups, that represents yourself overflowing with emotions, overflowing with good feelings. You never thought you'd feel this way again. You never thought you'd feel this positive. So I love that. That's awesome. So I feel like you're moving in that direction. I feel like once you take the limits off, you take the chains off, you take the restrictions off, you're going to be in a very good place. The Magician represents manifestation. Like, you're the master manifester, the Magician. So I see that as you. And again, the Magician has that infinity sign over his head as well, representing limitless potential, right? You have it in you. I feel like once you take the chains off, well, however that may be, whether that's kicking this person to the curb or just taking the chains off and nurturing your potentials, your passions, your desires, and going forward here, I feel like you got it in you, right? You got it in you to do whatever you want. The sky's the limit for you here, Virgo. And with the Two of Swords here, just go into new lands. Break out of your comfort zone. Interestingly enough, another comparison here, the person in the Two of Swords and the person in the Eight of Swords are both blindfolded. They aren't looking around. They aren't trying to see anything. They won't look at the new lands. They won't look at the prison they've created for themselves, right? They're kind of trying to stick their head in the ground and pretend nothing exists, right? Pretend like the world isn't collapsing around them. Pretend like everything's fine, right? I feel like once you break those chains, once you get out of there, once you take the blindfold off, you're going to be in a fantastic place, exploring new lands. And, like I said, the sky's the limit, exploring your limitless potential here of Virgo. So I love that. That's awesome. So let us get in to your clarifiers here, Virgo. I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you so much. Hope this has been resonating. Hope this has been helping me out. We're going to tie everything off with an oracle card after the clarifier, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And let's see what we got here for you, Virgo. All right, let's clarify you coming into this week. We got the Empress. Oh, that's awesome. I love the Empress. We got the Judgment card too. I love that. And the Emperor. Oh my Lord. I love it. That is a fantastic trio to come out here. So we're talking about that liar, cheater, stealer person. I'll tell you something that got me into tarot. This is I did a reading, and I did a pick a card reading online on YouTube here. And the person in the reading said, if you want to be with the person that's right for you, the best person to be with, you have to break up with the person that you're with now who's being toxic and treating you badly. I'm passing that down to you right now. Is like the Emperor and the Empress have come out together. Those are divine counterparts. This person is not treating you right. If this is a person you're dealing with, the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands, you are not being treated well. This person is a liar, cheater, stealer. This person is only concerned about themselves. Get out of there, right? And I feel like you want to find your Emperor or your Empress, right? You want to find your person. You need to do that. You need to commit. The Judgment card is about commitment. Committing, deciding that, yes, this is what I need to do. So you need to commit to get out of there, to break out of this situation. That was loud. I hope that didn't pick up on the mic. That was my fridge kicking in. But, that's the kind of thing. You need to commit. They're dropping the bombs here in the Judgment card. They're committed. We're wiping it out. We're wiping the slate clean. We're doing something else. We're moving forward. We're starting over. Right? So that's awesome. I feel like that's what you need to do in order to break through this. This is you need to have this kind of an attitude here. You need to get out of the wounded warrior, get out of the liar, cheater, stealer, get away from this person and break through. So I love it. So let's clarify your challenges here. See if we can get more details on that. We got the Three of Swords, the Hanged Man. Oh my God. It's all coming up. And the Knight of Wands. Look at that. Okay. So I was talking a bit about with the Queen of Wands. It could be someone that's only obsessed, caring and nurturing their self. Like only nurturing their own passions and desires. They don't care about you. And that's putting the restrictions on for you. Three of Swords is all about heartbreak. Right? It can be about cutting out things that no longer serve you too, which if this is the person that's doing this to you, cut them out. They no longer serve you. Get them out of here. The Three of Swords represents heartbreak as well. They could have broke your heart because you felt like maybe they were your divine counterpart, right? But they're showing their true colors. If they only care about themselves, then there's no helping them, right? That's a person that doesn't want to change. That's a person who doesn't care. And you need to leave that person. We got the Knight of Wands, who is like the exemplary version of that. The Knight of Wands is a time vampire, an energy vampire. They only care about themselves. They come in, take what they want, and leave. Right? That's what the Knight of Wands does. When we're talking about negative Knight of Wands here, and when we're in your challenge position, that's what this person is doing to you. And we've got the Hangman here. Stagnation, not moving on. Eight of Swords, stagnation, not moving on here. This is you. If you're going to stay here, that's what's going to happen. You're going to keep the blindfolds on. You're going to keep your hands tied behind your back. You're not going to realize your infinite potential. And you're going to just be hanging here. Just not doing anything. Going through the motions. Getting this person just taking what they want from you. You know, doing whatever they want. And it's never going to end. So I feel like things can't get much clearer than that. So let's clarify your outcome cards as well here, Virgo, and see what we got there too. So let's check them out. We got for you the Five of Cups. That's all about getting somewhere you want to get, getting to where you want to get, but not in the way you thought you would, right? Like I talked about this person, you thought they were your divine counterpart, right? But that's not the case. We got the Devil. That's Capricorn. All of you earth signs have popped up in each other's reading this week. That's very interesting. And we've got the Six of Cups as well. So again, this is just great. The Six of Cups represents sort of nostalgia, can represent, a person coming in from the past, sort of showing up. So maybe that's this person, your divine counterpart, this emperor or empress coming in for you, the big boss, somebody who represents a lot of abundance and maturity and wanting to build an empire with you here. So that's great. So that could be someone coming in once you break free of this person and realize your potential. Five of Cups, like I said, it's about getting to where you want to ultimately be, but it's not the way you thought. Like I say, you might have thought this emperor empress, this person you've been dealing with might have been the one, right? But they've been treating you so badly. That's not how the one treats you. The one is going to treat you the way you deserve to be treated, right? And we got the Devil here too. The Devil represents the manipulator, like someone who's manipulating you, right? This person's tying you down, right? We've got the Magician, which is you, infinite possibilities. The Strength card, infinite possibilities. This person's been chaining you down, not letting you realize that, right? The Devil represents someone who manipulates you, someone who chains you to things, right? Like an addiction. You notice the Devil here is a machine that dispenses cigarettes, right? An addiction, a craving, something that makes you feel like you need it, but you don't actually need it. You just get addicted because of the chemicals and things like that. It just ruins you here. You need to move on. You need to move on, and you're going to find your actual divine counterpart here. So this is fantastic, Virgo. I love this reading. I love it. You just need to break free, realize your potential. So let's get into this. Let's see what your oracle card is to tie everything off here, Virgo. All right, so we got for you the Draft Spirit. See the big picture. Boom. What did I say? What did I say? You can't be with your divine counterpart if you're with this person, right? It's never going to happen. If you're stuck with this person who treats you bad, this person is toxic to you all the time, you're not going to find your divine counterpart. You look at the big picture. If you're stuck here with this person, you'll never be out there trying to meet your actual divine counterpart, your actual soulmate, the actual person you're supposed to be with, right? You got to look at that. You got to realize your potential, break the chains, and get on out of there. So that's awesome, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this resonated with you. I really do. But if you want to help out the channel, you can leave a like down below. You can subscribe to the channel, share the video. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. Thank you again for being here, Virgo, and I'll see you in the next video.